Hello and welcome to Mr. Wiley Teaches Math. Today we're going to look at some basic angle relationships. First angle relationship we're going to look at is a 90-degree corner. When two or more angles add up to 90 degrees, we call them complementary angles. The way I had it explained to me once, complementary angles make a corner, a 90-degree corner, which we mark with this little arc in here. So that says that this is 90 degrees, and if I know that this is 70, then simple math to find out what's left over, this section here, would be 90 degrees, subtract the 20 that have already been used up in here, which leaves me with 70 degrees. So two angles that add up together, 70 plus 20, to make a 90-degree corner are called complementary angles. Two angles that add up to a straight or supplementary angle, which is 180 degrees, are called supplementary angles. And it's explained to me one time is that these are straight angle, supplementary. So if we know a straight angle has 180 degrees, and I've already used up 67 in this section, how much is left? I'll take 180, subtract 67, leaves me with 113 degrees for this section here. If I put my protractor on there, we should see if it is about 113 degrees. So 0, 90, 110, 1, 2, 3, pretty close there. Alright, the next angle relationship we're going to look at is opposite angles. And opposite angles, let's just start, we'll call this angle X. Anytime we have an intersection between lines, rays, or line segments, anytime we have an intersection point, we have opposite angles. If we go straight across the intersection, opposite each other, those two angles are equal to each other. So if we put a protractor on one side, we see that it's 31 degrees, and on the other side, here's my 30, it's pretty close, 31 degrees as well. Same with this larger angle, those two are opposite each other, straight across the intersection, they're going to be equal as well. So in this case, if I already know that this is 55 degrees, then straight off the opposite side, that has to be 55 degrees as well. That's always the case. Now to find the other two angles, I've already looked at supplementary angles, ones that have to 180 degrees, and I can actually see 180 degree this way. You can see it again in this direction. In this direction, there's four of them. In any direction I want to think of it as. So I have 180 degrees. I'm going to take away what I've used already, 55 degrees. And with a 5, 125 degrees. So 125 degrees, because those two make a supplementary, a straight angle. And that's opposite. We can see that working in all four directions. So let's look at our final section down here. We've got three unknown angles, x, y, and z. So I have angle x and y known, angle y, and angle z. So far I know that this little corner is 45 degrees, and that these lines are meeting at 90 degrees. And this little one over here is 10. I think that's an easy place to start, because if I look across the intersection, straight across the intersection I have angle x, and they're opposite angles, so angle x is also 10 degrees. And I'll just write that in there so I see it. 10 degrees for angle x. Okay, if I look up in here, this looks like a 90-degree corner between this 45 and y. So if I know that a complementary angle has 90 degrees, I've used up 45, leaves me with 45 as well. So they're actually equal. So angle y is 45 degrees. And really, if I looked at these two together, 45 and 45, that adds up to their opposite. These two are opposite to this one of 90 degrees. That leaves me with angle Z. So angle Z, there's a few ways to figure it out, but using this 10 degree angle is probably the easiest, because I know that, again, I've got a 90 degree corner. I've used up 10, so 90 degrees subtract 10 leaves me with 80 degrees. So this must be 80 degrees. There's probably other ways to do this. Once we start working with angle relationships, we'll find that there's lots of different routes to get to the answer, and that it can be good for checking your answer as well to make sure that you can get it in different ways. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check the class website for additional problems, some examples, and the assignment.